Hello guys, this is Doronsmovies and you're watching World of Warcraft lore Q&A number 39. So today I'll be answering some of the questions you guys left on the previous video, and if you'd like to get your questions answered, make sure to put them on the newest Q&A. Also, you can send your questions by YouTube personal messages or even send me your question on Facebook and Twitter, and if you send it over Facebook and Twitter, I'll probably respond to it pretty quickly. And if I don't really answer your questions in these videos, just post them again, I will get to it in some way, hopefully. Like, just post it a few times, I should pick it up eventually. Alright, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, the first question is by John Rankles, and he asks, have you seen Wrathion yet on Draenor, and why there are nearly no undead blood elves, even though artists killed so many? Now, I really can't tell you about Wrathion personally, because I haven't seen him myself in the beta, or I don't think I even read about it, or like other people seeing him, but I guess it's entirely possible. I didn't really check, but in my opinion I think he'll show somewhere around the end of the game, or will transition into a different expansion. I'm pretty certain that we won't like kill him in this expansion, because he's sort of a villain, but he's not a villain at the same time, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I might be completely wrong, but he might be in the game already as it is, but I don't really know. I haven't seen him myself, so I don't really want to give you any false information. Alright, on the second question, well, why are there no undead blood elves, even though artists killed so many? So first of all, he didn't really kill the blood elves, he killed the high elves, and the blood elves are just like the survivors. And this question is kind of a tough one, because generally there are undead high elves, and they're called like dark rangers. I believe there are other cases, but it's very different. I mean, apparently the elves themselves don't really react to the plague the same way as humans do, and they couldn't just be raised as Forsaken, and you know, you have to put a lot more effort into it, like raising them. And for example, like Sylvanas herself isn't just a Forsaken, I mean, she's a Banshee, and I really feel like the High Elves that were under the Scourge were kind of similar to the Nerubians. I mean, they were under the Scourge, and they weren't really raised from Undead, but they still kind of served them, but were kind of different from their original forms all the way back when they lost the war against the Scourge. But generally, I would say there are high elves amongst the Forsaken, and you can see a few, but the main reason is you can see so little of them is there are really no like high elf undead models like the ones you have in the game right now for the humans, even though they won't really be the same as the humans. Also, I think during the time when Artis sieged Kotalas, I believe he was just going for the Sunwell. He didn't really care too much about the elves, and he kinda killed most of them, as they were kinda just a roadblock to his actual goal. And he only raised certain elves like Sylvanas, but he didn't really care to raise them all that much, or he kinda just wanted to exterminate the blood elves, or the high elves, my bad. So yeah, pretty much, I think that's one of the reasons as well. Alright, next question is by Kola Productions, and he asks, is there any lore behind the Darkmoon Island? Now, there isn't really all that much, but there is so much mystery about it, it's insane. I mean, some of it is unknown, like the unknown, but some of the mystery is kind of on purpose. I mean, if you played the game at least 2 or 3 years back, you would know that the Darkmoon Fair wasn't on this island, and it was actually introduced not that long ago. Now, everyone complained how Darkmoon was boring, how it sucked, how it was awful, and it kind of was, to be honest. So they thought they would completely change it and make it like a complete unique zone, and the island was kind of perfect. So I would say it was introduced then. Now, no one really knows where the island is, as you can only teleport to it, you can't really get there by ship. But it's speculated to either be north from Maelstrom, near Northrend, or below the Maelstrom, somewhere near Pandaria. But there isn't really any official information on where it is, and it's just an unknown location, but those are kind of just speculations. Also, there are ghosts on there, and everyone is really shady on that island. Especially the main gnome guy, I believe he's named Silas or something, who leads the entire thing. Like, he's supposed to be like thousands of years old, even though he's a gnome, which is a bit weird. So no one really knows what's going on there. And he was also in that comic, Warcraft Legends, and a lot of very shady things, as I said, happen with the entire Darkmoon Fair. So generally, there isn't all that much lore, as it was recently added, but we might see some stuff in the future, and some of the mystery might kind of unravel, if you could say that. Alright, next question is by Waffles for You, and he asks, I was wondering what you thought about the recent news involving WoW's 10th anniversary, with the revamped Molten Core raised to higher level, level 90 or 100, I'm not sure. The new Corehound mount and the Torrent Mill was a South Shore BG skirmish. It isn't lore related, but I was curious to know what you think. Honestly, I'm not really gonna give a long answer on this one, but I think it's pretty awesome, and in my opinion, I honestly think they should do a lot more stuff like this, because they're kinda listening to the community, and especially now since they're losing subscribers, and a lot of people are quitting the game because in reality there isn't really all that much to do in the game right now. I mean, everyone knows that it's just Siege of Orgrimmar and Time Asile that everyone got bored of ages ago. Plus, there is always those people that complain about the old vanilla days, the old 40-man raids and all that stuff, which is kinda legit, I guess, so they're kinda listening to them, so they really can't complain how they don't listen to them anymore. So I think it's a good thing. I think it will help World of Warcraft, and honestly we'll see how it goes. Alright, next question is by Vladimir, and he asks, what do you think about High Elves? How many are there left in canon? Because I read the RPG books and it says there are 50,000 left, and people say that they are near extinction. So I really don't think that is right. I mean, I don't know the numbers exactly. I don't even know the population of Azeroth and how those numbers work. I don't think it's like in the billions, like 7 billion, like in the real world. So I can't really tell if 50k is a lot or not, like compared to the entire High Elves population, because I don't know what is a lot, what is little in the entire thing. But generally I think they're a lot smaller in numbers than that. And when I say a lot, I mean like a lot. Because what happened is that Arthas killed like 90% of the elves in Quotalas, so only 10% of the entire population was left. I'm guessing probably like 99% joined the Blood Elves, as some went on their own way, didn't really want to join them, and also some High Elves weren't in Quotalas at the time and were like in other cities like Stormwind. So that's how they're alive today. And now when you look at it, I mean the Blood Elves right now aren't really that small in numbers, and a lot of them died with Kiltus and all of that. So I think the elves in general were kinda big in numbers, but yet very small amount of them kinda stayed as High Elves, I guess. So I can't really give you an answer on this one, as we don't really know the numbers, nothing has been officially stated. But I would say they're a lot less than 50,000, maybe even 1,000 or something like that. But as I said, I can't really I don't really know the numbers, so I can't really give you a definite answer on that one. Alright, and the last question is by Blackrock for the win, and he asks, don't you think it's weird how Blizzard is using Khadgar all of a sudden, and relating a lot of his character with Medivh, like Khadgar's tower and how he's a part of the Kirin Tor, but he won't listen to Jaina's orders, and, well, the black sheep in the crowd, he's using Medivh's Great Staff 80-ish, Great Staff of the Guardian. There is a lot of similarities there, and I think Khadgar will make an exceptional final boss in Worlds of Draenor. Now, I definitely don't see him as the final boss, and I'm pretty certain, like 99.99% that he's actually the good guy. But I guess you're right on the fact that they use him, like all of a sudden. I think that's mostly because he knew Medivh and all that stuff. He was also with the Sons of Lothar, so he went through the Dark Portal. He stayed in Outland for like 20 years or something like that, so he has a lot of experience with the orcs, the Draenei, the entire situation that happened on Draenor. But I think they kinda overdid it, in my opinion, on the entire Khadgar thing. I mean, in Cataclysm, everyone was complaining how Troll was the Green Jesus, but here Khadgar is like the Superman, and he's pretty much killing everyone and doing all of this crazy stuff. I mean, destroying barricades, killing people like the arena with Karget when he like kills everyone in the arena and all that stuff. Although honestly that was mostly in Terran Jungle, I didn't really see all that much after that. But he seems to possess a lot more power than he should be for some reason. It might be just an in-game thing compared to the lore stuff, but I don't know. We'll really see how it works, but I don't really mind seeing him in my opinion, because he's a really cool character lore-wise, and he does have a lot of lore. Alright, and that is all I have for this Q&A. Make sure to leave your questions either by YouTube comment section, YouTube personal messages, or Facebook and Twitter. And also don't forget to check out my live stream, as I stream a few times a week, a few hours. Also many different games like World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3, DayZ, and a few other games from time to time. So you can find the link in the description for the Twitch stream. And also give me some feedback on that next RP guide you guys would like to see, because I seem to be getting a lot of mixed feedback. Some people are saying they want to see the Forsaken, some people want the Night Elves, some people want the Gnomes, I really can't tell right now. Like before I had everything planned, but right now I really don't. So do give me some feedback. I really want to see some more common answers. I might even do the Drena as well, because I think I got most feedback on the Drena, but I really can't tell right now. So do give me some feedback on that, as I really gotta decide on which like race I should do, because I want to do it in a few days from now. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and give some feedback, I guess, as it really helps out a lot and helps out the channel and the videos and all of that. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.